Hello, my dear friends. Today we have a special adventure. We're diving into the world of Riley's prison run. This is going to be incredible because we're facing a real challenge. We'll be stuck in a prison that we need to escape from quickly. But this isn't just any ordinary prison. It's a world where everything is so strange and confusing. I just love games like this. And have any of you heard about Riley? Leave a comment if you know where this girl is from and what she's been through. I think you'll be just as surprised as I was because her story is so interesting. And while you're typing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Your support means the world to us. And of course, make sure to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our adventures.
Hi, guys. Oh, I'm so nervous. As soon as I heard about Riley's prison run, all these anxious thoughts started popping into my head. What if we can't escape? What if we get caught or something goes wrong? But you know what makes me feel a bit better? Your support. That's why I'm asking. Please subscribe to the channel, because with every new subscriber, I feel a little calmer. And don't forget to hit the like button. Each like is like a ray of light in this dark place. And please, guys, turn on the notification bell so you can be with us every minute of this adventure. Also, if you know anything about Riley or have heard about her before, please share it in the comments. We really need your help to get through all these challenges.
Yes, guys. Your comments, subscriptions, and likes give us the strength to keep going. With you, every adventure becomes exciting, and I'm sure we'll overcome everything. Let's start this incredible journey into Riley's world and see what mysteries and challenges lie ahead. I can't wait to see it all. So come on, friends. Let's head towards new adventures. Together, we can overcome any obstacles.
What is this abomination? Is this supposed to be me? Someone thought they could create a copy of me and just put it on display like that? No way, this is outrageous. Just look at it. Distorted, ugly parody of me. Who even dared to turn me into such a repulsive creature? I'm boiling with rage. As soon as I find out who did this, they're going to regret it. No one treats me like this.
All right, everyone. Before we jump into today's story, I just want to take a moment to talk to you all. How are you doing? I hope you're feeling as excited as I am. There's so much going on, and I can't wait to share it with you. But first, let's take a deep breath and just enjoy this moment. Isn't it amazing how we can come together like this, ready to explore new adventures? I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Your support means the world to us, and we love hearing your thoughts. So, while we're gearing up for the story, why not drop a comment below? Tell us about something fun you've done recently, or what you're looking forward to. And if you have any ideas for what we should explore next, don't be shy, let us know. We're all ears, and we're so excited to see where your suggestions might take us. Now, I think it's almost time. Are you ready? Because I sure am. Let's start with a story about... Let's dive into the story of Jonathan, who's going through some tough times in his life. He's facing serious challenges at work and in his personal life, feeling overwhelmed and downcast. As the internal voices of joy, anger, anxiety, and disgust, we found ourselves in his mind, each of us playing a unique role in helping him navigate these problems. Let's explore how we influenced his decisions and actions, aiding him in overcoming difficulties and finding a path to better self-understanding and life improvement.
When Jonathan was dealing with a terrible boss who was constantly showing him disrespect and unfairness, I, anger, couldn't stay passive. I said, "Listen, Jonathan, what's happening at work is simply unacceptable. This boss is clearly overstepping his bounds, and you shouldn't put up with it. You need to rise up and show that you're not going to just sit back and tolerate this. Remember, you have the right to respect and fairness. And if you don't stand up for yourself, no one else will do it for you. It's your job to show determination and stand up for your dignity. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and seek justice, even if it seems tough. Inside you is the strength to change the situation, and you need to use it to the fullest."
When Jonathan began to panic about the uncertainty of his future and worried about potential losses, I, anxiety, intervened to help him better prepare for possible difficulties. I said, "Jonathan, I see that you're experiencing a lot of stress and anxiety about the uncertainty of your future. This is a normal reaction, but let's think about how we can reduce these fears. Try to consider all possible scenarios in case something goes wrong. think about what steps you can take to prepare for potential issues. Planning and preparation can help you feel more confident and reduce stress. Don't forget that partial preparation can significantly lower your anxiety. It's better to think ahead about possible problems to be ready than to worry about a lack of a plan later.
When Jonathan was faced with a choice that could provoke moral disgust or internal conflict, I, disgust, intervened to help him avoid unpleasant decisions. I said, "Jonathan, look at this situation from a different perspective. If you make this decision, how will it affect your moral state? You'll likely feel constant inner tension and regret, which can affect your overall well-being and state of mind. I advise you to avoid decisions that cause you moral discomfort and internal conflict. Find a way to resolve the problem that aligns with your moral principles and doesn't lead to ongoing internal discomfort. A decision that provokes revulsion will ultimately only complicate your life and add more stress. It's better to find a path that aligns with your inner beliefs and moral standards."
Together, we helped Jonathan tackle his inner conflicts and make more informed decisions. Each of us contributed to his development, and as a result, Jonathan learned to handle difficulties and find joy in life, even in the most challenging situations. We helped him recognize the importance of preparation and planning, and supported him in making morally sound decisions. Jonathan became more confident and learned to find joy in everyday life despite the problems he faced. We're proud to have played a crucial role in his journey toward self-improvement. This story became a significant chapter in his life, and we're glad to have contributed to his growth and well-being.
My intervention during moments when Jonathan faced injustice really helped him stand up for his rights and seek fairness. I'm proud to have inspired him to take action and not tolerate unfairness. Jonathan found the strength to fight and improve the situation, which was a major step forward for him.
My role was to help Jonathan prepare for potential difficulties and reduce stress. I helped him recognize the importance of planning and preparation, which allowed him to feel more confident and lower his anxiety. This enabled him to handle emerging problems and not let worry dominate his thoughts.
I reminded Jonathan of the importance of moral principles and helped him avoid decisions that could lead to feelings of revulsion. This allowed him to make more thoughtful and morally correct choices, which ultimately improved his overall state and quality of life. Our inner voices helped him become better and happier, and that was a true accomplishment.
So, we see how Jonathan became a more confident and happier person thanks to our support. He learned to manage difficulties, find joy in life, and make thoughtful decisions. We're proud to have helped him on this path and to be part of his development. This story was an important milestone in his life, and we're glad to have played a role in his success and well-being. And the next story is about how Tim met a girl he really liked for the first time. Her name was Emma, and the moment he saw her, he was filled with excitement and nerves. He wanted to approach her, but didn't know what to say or how to start. That's when anxiety, anger, and disgust helped him. This is so exciting. Tim finally found someone he likes. We should help him feel confident. I think the best way to start is with a smile and a simple, "Hi, I'm Tim. You're Emma, right? It's going to be great. She'll see how friendly and awesome he is right away."
But what if he messes up? What if he says something awkward or stumbles over his words? We need to prepare him for every possible scenario. What if she doesn't like what he says? We should rehearse it all just in case something goes wrong. I'm really worried this could be a disaster.
Enough worrying. Tim needs to just be himself. If he likes her, he should go for it. There's no point in overthinking. If something goes wrong, he can handle it. Tim's strong, and he should show that. He can't let fear stop him.
Ugh, Tim's getting so nervous. It's almost embarrassing. He needs to keep it cool, show confidence, and definitely avoid anything awkward. We don't want him coming off as weird or desperate. He should be natural but not overdo it. And please, no awkward silences.
Thanks to our teamwork. Tim managed to have a great conversation with Emma, and they even made plans to hang out again. It was the perfect first step in a new friendship.
Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and leave a comment. I'm so worried we might miss something important if you don't hit that notification bell. We don't want to miss any new videos, right? Thank you for that. I hope everything goes well for you. Goodbye.
Hello, friends. We're so happy you joined us today. We've got a lot of exciting stuff prepared for you, and we're sure you'll love it.
Yes, yes. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our new adventures. Give us a like so we know you enjoy what we're doing.
Hey, don't waste time. Subscribe to the channel and hit those likes. We're working hard for you, and it's the only way to support us. So come on, do it now.
Yeah, and don't forget to leave a comment. It's important for us to know what you liked or what you'd like to see next.
Well, let's get started. Today, our boy Tim will be playing Roblox in the Escape Toby's Hospital mode.
Oh, a hospital. I hope it won't be too scary. I always get nervous in places like this.
A hospital, huh? Tim can handle anything that comes his way. Let's see how he gets out of this mess.
I hope it's clean there, and there won't be any dirty corridors or filthy instruments. So shall we begin?
Great! We found the key. Tim, let's hurry and open that door. We're almost out of here.
Oh no, the doctor is right behind us. Tim, please be careful and don't drop the key. We need to move quickly.
Run faster, Tim. That doctor won't catch us if you keep up the pace. We won't let him get to us.
I can hear his heavy breathing. Tim, get that door open now. I can't stand the thought of him getting any closer.
This is kind of fun, isn't it? Crawling through the vents feels like we're on a secret mission. Tim, you're doing great.
I don't know, Joy. It's so cramped in here and we don't know what's ahead. What if there are traps or something worse?
Stop worrying, Anxiety. Tim can handle it. He's been through worse. Just keep moving forward and we'll be out of here in no time.
I hope this vent doesn't get any grosser. I can already feel the dust sticking to my skin. Ugh, this is so disgusting.
Hey, look. I think I see a way out just ahead. We'll be in a new room in no time. Stay positive, everyone.
Oh no, we're here. What's that smell? It's getting stronger. I have a bad feeling about this.
Great, what now? More obstacles? Tim, get ready. We can't afford to slow down.
Look at those pipes. Green slime is oozing out of them. This is a nightmare. Tim, you'll have to jump on those blocks to get across. Just don't touch the slime.
We have an incredible story for you about how Tim ended up on a thrilling treasure hunt on a mysterious island. It all started when Tim found an ancient map in an old library. The map marked the way to a legendary treasure hidden on the enigmatic island. Tim was absolutely thrilled at the idea of going on this adventure.
Oh, absolutely! But it wasn't just about finding the treasure. The island was full of traps and dangers. Tim faced off against nasty sea monsters and evil pirates. One of the toughest moments was when he had to cross a bridge made of creaky planks. Tim kept stumbling and falling into the water. It was definitely not an easy challenge.
I was so worried too. Tim was constantly in danger. In the dark depths of the cave where he was searching for the treasure, he couldn't find his way out. I was afraid he might get lost or fall into some trap. But he showed such determination and managed to find an ancient mechanism that revealed secret passages.
And those creepy caves. They were full of muck, mold, and horrifying spiders that made even me shudder. Tim kept stepping in sticky slime, and the horrid smell filled the cave. It was clear that it wasn't easy for him, but he kept going despite all the disgust.
And finally, after all the hardships, Tim found the treasure. It was hidden in an ancient chest, and when he opened it, fireworks of precious gems exploded into the air. Tim was on cloud 9, and we were all so happy that he had overcome all the obstacles and found the treasure.
Yes, and I must admit he showed incredible willpower. Even though I'm not thrilled that everything went so smoothly for him, he deserves praise for handling those horrible trials.
It was a tense journey, and I'm glad it ended well. Tim proved that even in the scariest situations, you can find a way out.
Yes, although it was frightening and disgusting, Tim managed to overcome all the challenges. And perhaps those unpleasant experiences made his adventure even more exciting.
In the end, Tim returned home full of new experiences and stories. And although the journey was tough, he proved that with determination and bravery, you can overcome any obstacle. I hope you enjoyed this story. Get ready for another exciting story about Tim's adventure in a fantastical realm. This time, Tim found himself in a magical land where he had to compete in a grand tournament to save the Enchanted Kingdom. The tournament had all kinds of incredible challenges, from dragon racing to wizard duels. Tim was beyond thrilled to prove himself in such a magical setting.
Oh, the tournament wasn't all rainbows and butterflies. Tim had to face off against some of the most ruthless competitors. There was a particularly nasty sorcerer who constantly tried to sabotage Tim's efforts. Tim was furious when his dragon was tampered with and almost lost the race. It was infuriating to see how low some people can go just to win.
I was on edge the whole time. The stakes were incredibly high, and one mistake could mean disaster. Tim had to navigate through a labyrinth filled with hidden traps and mystical beasts. There were moments when I feared he might get trapped or face a dangerous creature that could end his quest. Every turn seemed like it could be his last.
And the conditions in the labyrinth were just dreadful. The walls were covered in slimy moss, and the air was thick with a foul stench. Not to mention the creepy crawlies and the occasional burst of foul-smelling gas that made the whole experience just revolting. Tim had to wade through muck and fight off disgusting critters while trying to stay focused.
Despite all the challenges, Tim's perseverance paid off. He managed to navigate through the labyrinth, beat the sorcerer in the final duel, and win the grand prize, a magical artifact that could restore peace to the kingdom. Tim's excitement was through the roof when he realized he had saved the realm and achieved his goal.
It was satisfying to see Tim triumph over those who tried to bring him down. Even though it was a hard-fought victory, Tim showed that determination and courage can overcome even the nastiest obstacles.
I'm relieved that everything turned out well in the end. Tim's bravery and quick thinking saved the day. The tension was immense, but he handled it all with incredible skill.
As much as I hated the nasty conditions and the gross encounters, I have to give Tim credit for pushing through. His ability to endure the disgusting aspects of the quest and still come out on top was truly impressive.
And that's the story of Tim's magical tournament adventure. He proved once again that no matter how challenging or disgusting the situation, with determination and a positive spirit, you can achieve greatness. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the story. Today, we're going to tell you an incredible story about how we, joy, anger, anxiety, and disgust, used to be in the mind of a criminal. Yes, it's true. We were part of his mind and helped him turn his life around. It all started many years ago when this criminal was just beginning his path.
Yeah, it was something. We were all filled with rage and hatred, and honestly, it was quite an unpleasant time. This criminal was furious, and I was the main source of his anger. He constantly directed his rage at others, which of course led him to a lot of problems.
On the other hand, I was there to remind him of all the possible dangers and consequences of his actions. My anxiety and fear often spilled over to him, making his life even more stressful. I was always in his head, highlighting how risky and dangerous everything was.
I can't forget how I filled his mind with repulsive thoughts. He was full of disgust towards the world around him, and that didn't help his mood at all. He only saw the bad in everything, which just made things worse.
But everything changed one fine day. At some point, he started to realize that this life wasn't bringing him happiness. I began to remind him that joy and satisfaction could be found outside of this darkness. We started working together to guide him on the right path.
Yeah, I admit it wasn't easy. He had to deal with my anger and learn to control it, but in the end, he learned to use it for positive purposes. He began fighting for justice instead of spreading chaos.
I also helped him by showing that fear and anxiety could be used to avoid real threats and make thoughtful decisions. I taught him that sometimes dangers can be prevented by taking the right measures.
And I played my part too. I helped him see that disgust and aversion could be overcome, and that it's important to strive for cleanliness and order. He learned to appreciate the good things in life and stopped focusing on what disgusted him.
In the end, we all helped him change his life. Now he lives an honest life, helps others, and has found his place in society. We are proud that we were able to help him become the best version of himself.
Yes, I'm glad he realized that anger isn't the path to happiness. He learned to use his energy for something good.
And I'm happy that his fear and anxiety now help him avoid real dangers, rather than creating them.
And I'm glad he was able to overcome his negative feelings and find joy in life.
So, friends, that's the story. Even the darkest and most negative thoughts can be transformed into something good. It's never too late to change your life for the better. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our story.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. Remember, even when things get tough, you've got the power to make a change.
And if you ever feel overwhelmed, just take a deep breath and think things through. You've got this.
Don't forget to keep things clean and stay true to yourself. It's the little things that make a big difference.
Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed our time together. Your support really helps
Goodbye for now. Remember, keep striving for the best.
Bye, everyone. Hey, friends. Today, we've got something special for you. Tim has entered the most dangerous mode we've ever seen, Dagadago Prison Run. In this mode, Tim finds himself in a sinister prison, where it seems like there's no way out. To escape, he'll have to run at full speed, fleeing from the terrifying Nugget. Are you ready for this challenge? I sure am, because we're in for a lot of action and unexpected twists.
Hey, did you see that Nugget? He's not just trying to catch Tim, he's literally tearing his way towards him. But our Tim isn't weak. We'll get through this and prove that no Nugget can stop us. Tim will jump, climb, dodge, and damn it, he'll break free. And you guys, show your support. Hit those likes, drop your comments so Tim knows he's not alone in this fight.
Oh, I'm so worried. These prison corridors are so narrow and dark, and the Nugget could show up at any moment. What if Tim doesn't find the exit in time? I'm so scared for him. Please, everyone, subscribe to our channel so you can always be with us and support Tim in the toughest situations. Your support makes him stronger.
Did you see how disgusting this prison looks? Dirty walls, mold on the floor, and that horrible Nugget who just reeks of staleness. This place is a real nightmare. But Tim won't give up. He'll come out of this prison clean and unharmed, and we won't let ourselves down either. So let's show how we can fight against the nastiness.
By the way, while we were walking, did you notice how beautiful it is here? The sunlight filters through the narrow windows, creating such mesmerizing shadows on the floor. And the stone walls, though gloomy, are so strong and monumental. Because it's so dry and hot here, I think we're in some kind of desert. There's a special, almost magical atmosphere around, as if we've found ourselves in an ancient temple or a lost city.
Beautiful? Seriously? We were just thrown into this awful prison and you're thinking about beauty? It's so quiet here that every rustle makes me jump. The walls are closing in, the corridors seem endless, and the heat just adds to the claustrophobia. This place is obviously designed so no one can escape, and I can't stop thinking that something terrible is waiting for us here. We need to find a way out, and fast, before things get even worse.
Yeah, while you're admiring and worrying, I'm just getting angrier by the minute. What is this place where we're trapped like in a cage? How did we even end up here? This is just unacceptable. I'm ready to smash these walls to pieces. I don't care how strong they are or how magical the atmosphere is. As Joy says, I want to break out of here, and the sooner, the better.
Magical atmosphere? Are you kidding? These dusty stone walls haven't seen a good cleaning in ages, and the damp, musty air is impossible to ignore. Do you smell that? It's definitely not the scent of fresh flowers. And this heat, I don't understand how you can call this place beautiful. All I want is to get out of here as soon as possible and find something less disgusting.
And now we're going to tell the story of Tim's journey. Even though it was some time ago, I still remember Tim's thrilling expedition to the North Pole. We were all so excited about his bravery and determination when he set out to uncover the secrets hidden beneath the eternal ice. The adventure was full of amazing discoveries and breathtaking sights. I still remember how mesmerizing and awe-inspiring his journey across the snowy expanses and shimmering ice was. It was truly magical.
When Tim went to the North Pole, I couldn't help but worry about him. The cold temperatures, icy storms, and potential challenges he might face were causing me a lot of stress. I kept thinking about what if something went wrong and it became a serious threat to his safety. Even after some time, I'm still concerned about all the dangers he might have encountered, and I hope he was well prepared for this challenging journey.
Despite the numerous obstacles Tim faced, his journey wasn't easy. He encountered a lot of barriers, navigation problems, ice blockages, and other troubles. All of this was a source of frustration, but Tim showed incredible determination and perseverance. Even with all the difficulties, he kept moving forward and overcoming every challenge. These trials, though tough, made his journey truly significant.
When Tim discovered the ancient base, his feelings were mixed. Upon entering, he encountered many unpleasant and repulsive things. Dirt, frozen remains, and unkempt conditions were real trials. Even now, these disgusting details still make me feel uneasy. Nevertheless, Tim continued his exploration despite the discomfort and found ancient artifacts that shed light on long-forgotten secrets.
Despite all the difficulties, Tim successfully completed his journey. He discovered numerous ancient artifacts and secrets that illuminated forgotten civilizations. It was an incredible adventure full of amazing discoveries and joyful moments. Even after some time, I'm still thrilled for him and proud that he was able to overcome all the obstacles on his path.
Although we're all happy that Tim completed his journey, I still feel a bit anxious about his safety. The unpredictability and dangers he faced leave a mark on my heart. We can celebrate his achievements, but it's always important to remember the risks he encountered during his journey.
Despite all the frustrations and difficulties, Tim showed remarkable resilience. His efforts and perseverance deserve respect. I hope you all appreciated his courage and hard work. Don't forget to support him with likes and comments.
Even though the path was full of unpleasantness, Tim managed to handle all the challenges. I hope you shared his amazement at what he found in that icy hell. Leave comments and share your thoughts. It's important for us to know what you think about this adventure.
So, friends, that was Tim's incredible journey to the North Pole. I hope you enjoyed it and had fun with this story. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like the video if you enjoyed the adventure.
If you're interested in more adventures and the continuation of Tim's story, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss new videos. I worried that you might miss something important.
Don't forget to leave comments and share your opinions. It's important for us to know what you like and what we can improve. Your likes and feedback help us move forward.
And please, leave comments without rudeness. It's important for us to know your opinion and consider it in future videos. We hope you enjoyed this adventure despite all the unpleasantness.
What will the next story be about? You will find out for yourself. I'm so excited to tell you about how Tim recently met a group of amazing robot explorers. These robots are true adventurers, traveling across Earth and studying everything around them. When Tim first encountered them, his eyes lit up with excitement. He was amazed at how the robots gathered information about people and nature using their advanced technology. He immediately felt part of something grand and thrilling. Their mission isn't just about collecting data, but understanding our world better, exploring every detail, and uncovering hidden secrets. Tim was thrilled by the chance to be part of such an incredible journey. It was a real adventure filled with emotions and amazing discoveries.
But, as you might expect, not everything went smoothly. Despite their advanced technology, these robots faced many challenges. Sometimes the robots made mistakes, which caused frustration. For example, there was a time when their research led to incorrect conclusions, and Tim and his new friends found themselves in a tricky situation that required immediate resolution. This really angered Tim because he had to fix problems caused by technical glitches or incorrect data. Yet, it was during these moments that Tim showed his true character and ability to handle challenges. These trials, though stressful, allowed Tim to learn a lot about himself and the importance of staying calm and finding solutions even in the toughest situations.
I can't help but worry for Tim when he found himself in such a complex situation. The robot explorers, although smart and well-prepared, could still face unforeseen dangers. I always felt anxious when Tim and his new friends encountered unexpected problems, like technical failures or complex conditions that required quick decisions. These moments created real anxiety for me because I feared Tim might end up in a difficult situation from which it would be hard to escape. But I believe that with his determination and the support of the robots, he will be able to overcome all challenges and continue his thrilling journey.
I also have to mention that Tim and the robots might have encountered some not-so-pleasant moments on their path. For instance, in some areas where they conducted their research, the conditions were not the cleanest or most comfortable. Tim had to deal with dirt, unpleasant smells, and even some disgusting creatures. These moments caused me a feeling of disgust, and I could imagine how Tim must have felt discomfort in such situations. But despite this, he continued his journey with resilience and determination. It was important not only to handle the unpleasantness, but to maintain a positive attitude despite all the difficulties and discomfort.
Despite all the difficulties and challenges, this journey became a real adventure for Tim. With the robot explorers, he explored the planet, learned a lot about nature and people, and experienced incredible emotions. It was a chance not only to expand his horizons, but to learn new things, overcome difficulties, and deal with problems. I am so glad that Tim had the opportunity to be part of such an amazing journey, full of discoveries and thrilling moments. He returned with new knowledge and experiences that will stay with him for a lifetime.
Yes, although there were many difficulties, this journey turned out to be a very valuable experience for Tim. He learned how to handle challenges and find solutions in tough situations. This experience, even though not always easy, showed him that with determination and patience, any obstacle can be overcome. I am proud of how he handled the difficulties and continued to move forward despite all the obstacles.
I'm relieved that it all ended well in the end. I hope this experience will help Tim in the future and he will be ready for any challenges that may come his way. It's important that he remains cautious and attentive and that his journeys always bring positive results.
I hope that all the unpleasant moments are behind him, and Tim can enjoy his new knowledge and experiences. He managed to handle all the difficulties and discomforts, and that's wonderful. The main thing is to stay positive and not let negative moments affect his mood.
That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave your comments. Also, hit the bell icon if you haven't done so yet, so you don't miss any new videos. Good luck to everyone, and see you next time. Hello, dear friends. Today, we are going to escape from the Pomni prison. But before we start, let's all give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. This will help our boy Tim to complete challenges more often so that videos can come out more frequently. Let's get started with the escape.
Yes, let's get started.
I heard that Pomni can be beautiful, but you should never fall for this provocation. It's a trap. That's how she lures people in and then locks them in a cage. Therefore, you must always remember that she is very evil and bad. Remember, you can never judge someone as good just because of their appearance. Inside, that person could be very bad and betray you at any moment.
Yes, I agree with Anger. You can never put your hopes on someone just because of their beauty.
I think you need to break that grate with the key on the wall. Take this key and break the grate so we can move forward.
Wow, everything here is so colorful, but I don't like it at all. She probably lures people in not only with her beauty, but also with the brightness and vividness of her rooms. But we mustn't pay attention to that either. Otherwise, we'll end up behind bars again and have to escape all over.
She runs much faster than the usual guards. Although it's strange because men are usually faster and more enduring, but apparently not this time. I think she runs day and night to catch her captives. Otherwise, she wouldn't catch anyone.
Yes, she is fast. But our boy Tim is much faster than her. She will never catch him, even if she trained every day to run faster than she currently can. That's because Tim is naturally strong, fast, and enduring. This helps him escape from all kinds of troubles.
I really dislike the brightness of her rooms. It's blinding and irritating to my eyes. I feel like if we don't get out of here soon, we might go blind from all this bright color.
Wow, we've descended into some kind of cave or underground tunnel. Perhaps it was dug by previous escapees from this prison. Despite being underground, it's still very bright here. It looks like colorful and vivid crystals have grown everywhere. The bright light reminds me of fireworks that are set off during various celebrations, such as New Year's, birthdays, and so on.
There are some platforms here. I think we need to jump across them to move forward. Tim, be careful when you're jumping. One wrong move, and you'll fall straight into the lava.
Let's not distract Tim and let him complete this level, so we'll tell the story of how Tim learned to ride a bicycle. One day, Tim decided he wanted to learn how to ride a bike. It was a warm, sunny day, perfect for a new adventure. I, Joy, couldn't wait to help Tim tackle this challenge. Tim took his new bike and went to the empty street near his house. "What an exciting moment," I exclaimed. "Tim is about to do something new and thrilling. I'm sure he'll have a great time." At first, Tim was a little nervous, but I encouraged him. "You can do it, Tim. It's going to be fun and amazing. You'll feel the wind in your hair and the freedom of movement." He put on his helmet and grabbed the handlebars with determination. We were all supporting him.
As Tim began trying to balance, anxiety started to worry. Oh no, what if he falls? What if he gets hurt? What if he can't learn to ride and gets upset? I fretted, watching his every move. Biking can be dangerous. I hope he's careful and doesn't get into trouble.
I, Anger, was irritated by all the difficulties Tim faced. Why does riding a bike have to be so hard? I grumbled. Why can't he just learn immediately? It's so frustrating when things don't go smoothly. But despite my frustration, I knew it was important to support Tim. He has to deal with these challenges to get better, I said. But it's definitely annoying when he falls and makes mistakes.
Disgust watched the process with thinly veiled disdain. Ew, look at those dirty knees and elbows from falling. Why does biking have to be so messy and unpleasant? The sweat and dirt are awful, I complained. But Tim isn't giving up despite all the unpleasant moments. We need to support him, even if it's really gross.
Despite all the worries, frustrations, and unpleasantness, Tim kept practicing diligently. His efforts paid off, and one day he finally managed to ride without falling. "Look at that! He did it!" I cheered. "He learned to ride a bike." All our support and encouragement helped him get through the challenges. He's so proud of himself, and it's such a joy to see his success.
Although Tim succeeded, I still worried a bit. I hope he's careful on the road and always wears his helmet. Biking can be dangerous, but he did great today. I'm glad he learned to ride, but I'll keep worrying about his safety.
I had to admit that seeing Tim finally riding without falling made me a little less irritated. All right, maybe it wasn't as easy as it seemed, and he handled the challenges well. Despite the frustrations, he overcame all the obstacles. Maybe biking isn't so bad after all.
Even though the process of learning to ride a bike was messy and unpleasant, seeing Tim's satisfaction made it more tolerable. I suppose it's worth it if he's happy. Maybe next time won't be so gross. We just have to get through the unpleasant moments to enjoy the success. In the end, Tim's experience learning to ride a bike was memorable, filled with challenges and achievements. Despite all our different feelings, we were all proud of how he learned and succeeded in his new skill.
Before we start the next story, we'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel and give us a like. The next story will be about Tim's first experience at a concert of his favorite band.
The day Tim had been waiting for had finally arrived. His first concert of his favorite band. Joy, was absolutely thrilled for him. Tim had been counting down the days and preparing for this moment for weeks. When the big day came, he wore his favorite band t-shirt, packed his tickets, and headed to the venue with a huge smile on his face. "This is going to be amazing," I cheered. Tim is about to experience something he's dreamed about for so long. The music, the atmosphere, the excitement. It's going to be unforgettable. As Tim walked into the venue, I felt an overwhelming sense of happiness. Look at him. He's so excited and ready for this experience. It's going to be one of the best nights of his life.
But as Tim got closer to the venue, anxiety started to creep in. What if he loses his tickets? What if there's a problem with the entrance? What if the concert is sold out and he can't get in? I worried, watching him with concern. There are so many things that could go wrong. I hope everything goes smoothly for him. Inside the venue, I continued to fret. The crowd looks huge. What if Tim gets lost or overwhelmed by all the people? What if he has trouble finding his seat? Anxiety was on high alert, hoping that Tim would stay calm and enjoy the concert despite any potential issues.
Anger was feeling frustrated by some of the challenges Tim faced. Why is it so crowded? Why are people pushing and shoving? This is so annoying, I grumbled. It's so irritating when people don't respect personal space. Why can't everyone just be considerate and let Tim enjoy the concert? As the concert started, I became even more irritated. The noise is so loud. Why does it have to be this overwhelming? It's just not fair to Tim that the sound is so intense and the crowd is so chaotic.
Disgust had its own issues with the concert experience. Look at all the spilled drinks and trash on the floor. Why does it have to be so messy? The sticky floors and the smell of sweat are just gross, I complained. And the smell of food mixed with all the sweat is really unpleasant. Despite the mess, Disgust acknowledged that Tim was having a good time. Even though it's disgusting here, I suppose it's worth it if Tim is enjoying the concert. It's just something we have to deal with in these kinds of situations.
Despite all the worries, frustrations, and unpleasantness, Tim was having an incredible time. The band came on stage, and the music was just as amazing as he had hoped. Look at him. He's so happy, singing along and enjoying every moment. This is exactly what he dreamed of, and it's such a joy to see him so thrilled. Tim's excitement was contagious, and even though there were some challenges, the overall experience was fantastic. He's living his dream right now. This night will be a cherished memory for him for years to come.
Even as the concert went on, I was still a bit anxious. I hope Tim stays safe and has a good time. The crowd can be overwhelming, but he seems to be handling it well. I'm relieved that he's enjoying himself despite the challenges.
As the concert went on, I had to admit that the frustration of the crowd and the noise seemed less significant. Okay, maybe it wasn't perfect, and there were some annoying moments, but Tim is really enjoying himself. I suppose the experience is worth the inconvenience.
Even though the venue was messy and unpleasant, seeing Tim's joy made it more bearable. It's still gross here, but if Tim is happy, that's what matters. We just have to get through the unpleasant aspects to enjoy the success of his experience. In the end, Tim's first concert experience was memorable, filled with excitement and challenges. Despite all our different feelings, we were all happy to see how much he enjoyed his favorite band's performance.
Well, the game is coming to an end, and Tim has defeated the final boss. I think he's learned that sometimes appearances can be deceiving and can lead to very bad consequences. It's important to always stay vigilant and cautious to avoid trouble. I hope you've already liked the video and subscribed to the channel. Well, I'm signing off now. Goodbye, everyone. Hello, dear friends. I'm Joy, and I'm so happy you're with us today.
Hey there, I'm Anger. Ready for something really exciting? We've got something special for you.
Hi, it's Anxiety. I hope you're all doing well. Today's adventure will be a bit tense, but we'll get through it together.
Hi, this is Disgust. I hope you're all ready for new challenges and interesting moments. Let's get started.
Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. It helps us keep doing what we love.
And leave comments so we know which adventures you like the most.
Yes, and share your thoughts. It's important for us to know what you think.
Ready? Then let's go. Let's start our adventure.
Today, Tim and I are going to play Roblox in the Escape Baby Bobby Daycare mode. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and very exciting.
Yeah, let's see if we can escape this daycare. It better be challenging.
I'm already feeling a bit nervous. Daycares can be full of surprises.
Let's just hope it's not too messy. I'm not a fan of sticky situations.
All right, let's get started and see what adventures await us.
Oh no, look at this huge room. And there are so many platforms to jump across. What if Tim misses and falls? These platforms are so small and far apart. What if he loses his balance? It's so scary. I don't know if he can do it.
Calm down. Tim can do this. He just needs to focus and be careful. It's a test of strength and endurance, and Tim will pass it. Stop doubting. If Tim gets nervous, he will definitely fall. He needs to stay focused and act confidently. We have to support him, not scare him, so let's cheer him on together.
You're right, Anger. It's just, I can't help worrying. I hope everything goes well. Okay, I'll try not to stress so much. Go, Tim, you can do it. We believe in you.
That's better. Hey, Tim, watch each platform carefully, take confident steps, and don't rush. You can do this. Imagine you're a hero overcoming all obstacles in your path. You got this. We believe in you.
Today we have an incredible story about Tim who accidentally found a magical flying skateboard. Yes, you heard it right. A skateboard that can fly. Tim was over the moon when he first soared through the air, and this was the start of his amazing adventure.
But joy was short-lived. As soon as Tim began using the skateboard, he ran into problems. Evil trolls appeared in town, wanting to steal the magical skateboard. They were a real threat. Tim and his friends had to fight to protect the skateboard from these nasty trolls.
Every time the trolls showed up, I was filled with worry. I always feared for Tim's safety. For instance, when the trolls captured one of Tim's friends, he had to carry out a dangerous rescue in underground catacombs. Every step was fraught with danger, and I was terrified at the thought of something bad happening.
I can't forget what Tim had to endure. When he sneaked into the troll's lair, he stumbled upon a disgusting swamp full of sticky, foul-smelling slime. The trolls lived in filth, and their lair was filled with unpleasant odors and revolting creatures. I was just appalled by what was happening.
But despite all the difficulties, Tim showed incredible courage and ingenuity. He used the magical skateboard to skillfully maneuver through obstacles and escape from the trolls. In the end, he managed to defeat the trolls and return the skateboard to its rightful place so no one else would be hurt.
Yes, Tim did it, but it was a real battle. The trolls not only wanted the skateboard, but also destroyed half the town. Every moment was filled with conflict and aggression.
But despite all the fears and worries, Tim and his friends managed to overcome. They learned to work together and use their strengths to tackle every challenge. It was very tense, but the outcome was worth it.
And even though the adventure was full of unpleasant moments, Tim showed that with determination and bravery, you can overcome any obstacle, no matter how awful.
So, kids, that was an amazing adventure. Thanks for spending this time with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on new stories and adventures of Tim. And the next story will be about Tim, who unexpectedly found himself in an incredible world where every day repeats over and over as if he had entered Groundhog Day. At first, it seemed amazing and fun, as Tim could do anything without worrying about the consequences.
But, as often happens, not everything was smooth. Tim quickly realized that each day repeated with small but annoying changes. Even simple things, like the order in his room or what he did in the morning, became a constant source of irritation. He tried to change his actions, but nothing could alter the fact that everything started from scratch again.
What worried me the most was that Tim didn't know when this endless day would end. Every time he thought he found a way to escape or change something, he woke up again on the same day. This created a huge sense of anxiety because he didn't know how to cope with the cycle.
And not only that. Every day Tim faced the same unpleasant things. The memories of having to clean dirty spots in the house or repeatedly tidy up things that were already cleaned were just disgusting. All of this made Tim's day even more unpleasant.
But despite all the difficulties, Tim found a way to use this strange situation to his advantage. He learned to make each thing better than before. He used every repetitive day to perfect his skills, help others, and have fun. It was amazing how he turned even the most ordinary moments into something special.
Even though he continued to face annoying repetitions, Tim learned to deal with it. He stopped getting angry at every little mishap and started using his new skills to overcome challenges.
I saw how Tim became more confident and calm despite the constant repetition of the day. He learned to manage his anxiety by focusing on his goals and trying not to worry about when it would all end.
And even though many things remained unpleasant, Tim learned to take lessons from them. He stopped complaining about dirty and disgusting things and began to see them from a new perspective. It was unexpected but still useful.
In the end, when Tim learned to find joy in every moment and used his experience to improve the lives of those around him, the Groundhog Day ended. He returned to normal time, but with new knowledge and skills that helped him handle any difficulty.
And although the path was long and irritating, Tim managed to overcome this challenge and became stronger.
I was so happy to see Tim learn to cope with anxiety and find a way to handle any situation.
Yes, and even despite all the unpleasant moments, Tim was able to use his skills to make his life better. It was truly amazing.
And the next story will be about how Tim found himself on a magical island where all wishes come true. This island was full of amazing things: flying crystals, talking animals, and an ocean of chocolate milk. Tim was on cloud 9 with happiness.
But not everything was so rosy. The island had its problems. At first, Tim struggled with magical creatures who often got their wishes mixed up, leading to mishaps. Some island games were incredibly difficult and even frustrating.
I was worried about the unpredictability of the island. Every day, something new and strange happened. Snake rain, unexpected disappearances of objects, and unpredictable behavior from magical creatures. Tim didn't know what to expect, and it made him very anxious.
And I was grossed out by how some magical creatures left their mess everywhere. These creatures were messy, and there was dirt and sticky spots all over the place. Tim tried to find a way to deal with this mess, but it was quite a challenge.
Despite all the difficulties, Tim didn't miss a chance to enjoy the happy moments. He explored the island, met kind creatures, and took part in amazing adventures. In the end, he found a way to use the island's magic to make his day even more magical.
Although the island was full of challenges, Tim learned to handle them. He used his skills to overcome the toughest trials and turned frustration into motivation.
Over time, Tim got used to the strange and unpredictable events. He began to adapt to the new rhythm of life on the island and even found joy in unexpected twists.
Tim also found ways to deal with the dirt and mess. He became more tolerant of inconveniences and learned to find pleasure even in the least appealing aspects of island life.
Thus, Tim completed his adventure on the magical island, full of wonders and amazing discoveries. He learned to find joy even in tough situations and made the experience unforgettable.
Tim became stronger and more confident despite all the difficulties.
He learned to handle unexpected situations and grew more self-assured.
And even the dirt and mess didn't ruin his adventure. Tim learned to cope with inconveniences and find something positive in them.
So our adventure ends on a high note, with new knowledge and experiences that Tim will remember for a long time. Well, our stories have come to an end. We hope you enjoyed listening to them as much as we enjoyed telling them. We put a lot of heart into them and tried to make them interesting and exciting for you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us continue creating new and thrilling adventures for you.
Yeah, and every like, every subscription, and every comment really matters to us. We want our stories to reach as many people as possible, and your support helps us a lot. Don't forget to leave comments so we know what stories you want to hear next. Your thoughts and suggestions are very valuable to us.
Thank you for being with us today. Avoid dirty situations unless they're in a story. Keep your space clean and your heart joyful. We're happy to share these moments with you and hope our stories bring you joy and inspiration.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time. Hello, dear friends. Today we have a totally crazy mode. Skibidi Toilet Berry's prison run. Can you believe it? Tim will be escaping from Skibidi toilets. Yes, you heard that right. These creepy toilets have set up a real challenge for us, and Tim has to escape from this insane prison without getting caught.
But before we dive into this wild adventure, please make sure to subscribe to our channel. Every subscription helps us create even more exciting videos so you can enjoy these thrilling moments with us.
And don't forget to hit that like button. If you're loving this idea and want to see more strange and interesting modes, your like will really help us out.
Of course, leave your comments. Tell us which part of today's video surprised you the most or what gave you the chills. Or maybe you have ideas for future modes. We'd love to hear everything you have to say.
And don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss out on new episodes. We've got a lot of exciting content coming your way, so get ready for incredible adventures.
Guys, do you smell that nasty odor? It seems like the smell of toilets. How disgusting. It's just unbearable. Let's hurry up and escape from this revolting prison before it gets even worse.
No, I don't feel anything at all. Maybe it's because my nose is stuffed, or I've just gotten so used to these smells that I don't even notice them anymore. But honestly, I'm kind of glad I can't smell that stench, because judging by how you describe it, I'd definitely be furious.
Just look at this. Under us is that stinky and disgusting toilet. It's so unpleasant to be so close to that horrible place. Every time I see that filth and smell that repulsive odor, it gives me chills. The stench seeps through the walls and seems to fill the air around us. I can't wait to get out of this terrible place.
Can you imagine what our boy Tim has to go through? All these disgusting places, these terrible smells. It's overwhelming. Every moment he spends in this dreadful environment must be so stressful. I really think he deserves a lot of support right now. So if you can, please give him a like and subscribe. It would mean a lot and help him keep going through these tough challenges.
Story time. Story will be about how Tim went on a round-the-world journey. This story began when Tim decided to fulfill his long-held dream, to embark on a round-the-world journey. Imagine him, full of enthusiasm and joy, preparing for this adventure. His eyes sparkled as he gathered everything he needed, a world map, travel guides, and of course his favorite backpack. Tim was brimming with anticipation as he was about to see new countries, meet different cultures, and make many exciting discoveries. It was so inspiring that even I, Joy, found it hard to contain my excitement. Tim had dreamed of this journey for so long, and now finally his dream was coming true.
But unfortunately, joy doesn't always go hand in hand with reality. When Tim crossed the border of his country and found himself in a completely unfamiliar place, anxiety started to build up. We have to admit that traveling doesn't always go as planned, and this is especially evident when you're far from home. Tim faced unexpected challenges, language barriers, changing weather, and complex transportation systems. In each new country, he felt his anxiety grow as he constantly wondered, what if I get lost? Or what if I can't find my way back? These thoughts haunted him, and anxiety, found it very difficult to watch his distress.
And then, as if adding insult to injury, came a moment when everything became simply unbearable. When Tim encountered several unsuccessful attempts to find accommodation and places where he was simply ignored, my anger couldn't stay out of it. He spent hours trying to figure out local rules and find alternative options, and it really made him feel frustrated. Imagine long queues, incorrectly booked tickets, and constant delays. All of this triggered a storm of emotions, and anger, fully felt Tim's struggle with these trials. How could anyone not get angry when everything goes wrong as planned?
But strangely enough, the toughest moments aren't always about irritation. When Tim found himself in places that clearly didn't meet his expectations, such as dirty hotels or crowded markets with unbearable smells, disgust, found it hardest to stay in the background. He faced situations that caused him deep disgust. Unkempt conditions, unpleasant odors, and poor hygiene. At times, this became a real challenge, and Tim, with no other option, had to accept it as part of his journey. Disgust, saw his internal discomfort grow vividly, and it was far from pleasant.
Despite all the difficulties, Tim didn't give up. He continued his journey, and each obstacle was overcome, each barrier crossed. His determination and willpower helped him handle any challenges, and in the end, he found satisfaction in what he saw and experienced. Joy, anxiety, anger, and disgust were all part of his journey, and although each of us contributed to his emotions, Tim learned to manage them and move forward. And while it was sometimes hard, the journey made his experience much richer and more valuable.
We all see how Tim became more confident and adaptable to the unexpected, and although anxiety still occasionally bothers him, he learned to handle it. This experience taught him how important patience and flexibility are, and how even the toughest situations can offer valuable lessons.
Despite all the difficulties and irritations, Tim understands that every challenge is an opportunity to become better. And while it's sometimes hard to deal with one's own anger, he learned to turn it into energy for achieving goals.
And although moments of disgust were unpleasant, Tim learned to handle them and view them as part of the adventure. He realized that every experience, even the most unpleasant, could be a valuable lesson.
So, this is how Tim completed his round-the-world journey. He returned home filled with incredible memories and new knowledge. And although his path was full of emotions and trials, every moment made his journey unique and unforgettable. And the next story will be about how Tim got stuck in Groundhog Day. Imagine, guys, one day Tim wakes up and realizes that every day is repeating itself. Imagine this. He wakes up in the morning, thinking everything is as usual, but then he notices strange things. For example, he already knows that the neighbor outside will trip, the bus will always arrive a minute late, and that his mom has again forgotten to turn off the kitchen light. It all seems so funny. After all, you can live this day however you want without worrying about consequences because tomorrow, it all starts over again. Tim even began to test this in practice. He did some silly and funny things that he would normally never do. What fun, right? But then,
of course, the realization comes that something isn't right. Imagine how strange it becomes when every day is the same. Tim began to worry. What if I never get out of this loop? What if every day keeps repeating over and over and I can't do anything to change it? These thoughts wouldn't leave him alone, and every new morning alarm sounded more and more ominous. Every morning he woke up with a heavy feeling in his chest, knowing that another day without changes awaited him. Anxiety couldn't stand to watch this calmly.
And that's when anger, stepped in. Imagine how frustrating it is to constantly face the same people, hear the same phrases, and know that there will be no consequences. It was all so infuriating for Tim. At one point, he even started to rebel against the day, trying to break the system, do something unexpected, scream, throw things, but it was all in vain. Everything returned to the start, and that only made him angrier. How can you be calm in such a situation when nothing can be changed? I felt the irritation boiling inside him, and I couldn't hold back this fury either.
But that's not all. Imagine how tiring it is to do the same thing every day, see the same faces, experience the same events. Everything starts to feel so dull, so disgusting. Tim couldn't stand seeing the same breakfasts, the same faces at school, hearing the same stories on TV. Everything around him became gray and gross. I, disgust, could barely breathe from this monotony and sameness, and Tim felt the same way. He longed for something new, for some change, but he couldn't achieve it.
But you know what's most interesting? In the end, Tim realized that the only way to escape this endless loop was to change himself. He understood that every new day was a chance to become better, try something new, and find joy in the little things. And when he really started to do things differently, caring for others, learning new things, being attentive to those around him, this day finally changed. The next day he woke up, and everything was new. The lesson is that sometimes, to change the world around you, you first need to change yourself. Well, friends, it's time to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventures. Your comments are also very important to us, so be sure to let us know what you liked and what you'd like to see in the future. Good luck to everyone, and see you soon. Hello, dear friends. As usual, we have joy, anxiety, anger, and disgust here. Today, Tim will be playing a mode called Escape Sadness Barry's Prison Run. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get started.
Oh no! Why did sadness lock us up here, in this colorful yet terribly scary prison? We need to find a way out of here. This place looks deceptively bright, but I feel there are many dangers lurking around. Tim, be careful. Every step could be a trap. Let's combine our efforts and find an exit. Guys, we need your support more than ever. Subscribe, hit the like button, and let's get through this challenge together.
Sadness, how could you lock us in here? This isn't just a prison, it's a nightmare. But know this, I won't go down without a fight. Tim, if anything goes wrong, we'll fight our way out. No one leaves us here.
Ugh, what a horrible place. These rainbow walls look disgusting and are not cheerful at all. Tim, try not to touch anything. Who knows what germs might be here?
Hey, it's Sadness. But why is she chasing us? Maybe she wants to tell us something. Tim, don't stop, but stay alert.
Sadness, if this is another trap, I won't tolerate it. But if she really wants to say something, why doesn't she stop and explain? Tim, keep running, but stay sharp.
Why does she look so strange? And why this chase in the first place? This looks disgusting. Tim, don't let her get too close. Who knows what she's up to?
Phew, I was so worried. It's good that Tim managed to escape, but what do we do now? What other traps might lie ahead? Tim, be very careful.
Guys, I don't know what's waiting for us ahead, but Tim's got everything under control. Look how skillfully and beautifully he's digging. He's doing great.
This is just horrible. Lava everywhere. Tim, be very careful. One wrong step and you could fall. I'm so worried about you. Please be attentive and cautious.
Damn it, why does there have to be lava here? This is just unbearable. Tim, be careful and don't stop. We have to get through this, no matter what.
Ugh, that was simply awful. The lava, the heat, and that unbearable smell. But Tim made it. Let's hope the next challenge is less disgusting.
Wow, guys, look at that huge ball. It looks very dangerous and mesmerizing. Tim needs to be careful here.
Oh, this is really scary. If Tim doesn't get away in time, that huge ball could cause him serious harm. We need to hope that he is fast and careful enough to avoid this.
Come on, Tim, you're almost there. Just a little bit more and you've got this. I believe in you.
Yes, Tim made it, but this prison is just awful. I can't wait to finally leave this disgusting place.
Guys, I suggest we take a little break and listen to a few interesting stories while Tim is escaping from the prison. Haven't liked and subscribed yet? I'll give you 5 seconds to do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. If you missed it, I'm giving you another 5 seconds, and let's get started. When we became emotions in Nina's head, we immediately noticed that she was very withdrawn and reluctant to interact with other children. Nina often sat alone during lessons and breaks, and she found it hard to make friends. It was sad to see her joyful moments go unnoticed by those around her. I dreamed that she could open up and share her inner happiness with others. I knew I could help her if I tried harder to show how fun and interesting interaction can be.
However, I was in constant anxiety. I understood that Nina experienced a lot of fear when it came to socializing. Every time she needed to talk to someone or take part in a group task, her heart would start racing and she would become even more withdrawn. I worried that her fears were preventing her from opening up and building relationships. We needed to find a way to help her overcome these anxious feelings so she could feel more confident in social interactions.
I was frustrated when I saw that other kids didn't always understand Nina and sometimes judged her for being unsocial. It was unfair and wrong. I was angry that she had to feel lonely because of this issue and how sometimes others could hurt her. I knew something needed to be done to change the situation, and my anger turned into determination to help Nina improve her life.
At first, I felt disgusted seeing Nina isolate herself from others, with her fears and indecision worsening. It seemed like she was living in her own world, completely cut off from social life. I felt that these internal barriers were preventing her from enjoying social interactions. Therefore, we needed to help her overcome this sense of disgust towards interacting with others.
Initially, we decided to create small but joyful moments for Nina to help her feel more confident. We encouraged her to try participating in simple and enjoyable activities like games with friends or club activities. I used every opportunity to show Nina how communication could bring joy and satisfaction. Gradually, she started becoming more open to interactions and realized that socializing could be fun and pleasant.
I helped Nina manage her anxiety when she faced new situations. I tried to support her by reminding her that many of her fears weren't as terrifying as she imagined. We discussed her fears together, and I helped her gradually step out of her comfort zone, taking small steps.
From time to time, I felt anger towards those who didn't try to understand Nina or made her feel even more uncomfortable. But this anger helped me be more determined in supporting Nina. We worked on building her confidence so she could stand up to injustice and not let it hinder her development.
I learned to control my disgust and turn it into positive energy. We looked for ways to make Nina more open and receptive to interaction by creating comfortable and friendly situations. Gradually, Nina began to pay less attention to her sense of disgust towards socializing and started enjoying communication.
And then, after some time, Nina became significantly more sociable. She started making new friends, participating in group activities, and enjoying interactions with other children. I saw her face light up with happiness when she socialized and made friends. It was a moment we all had been waiting for, and I was incredibly happy to see Nina opening up and starting to enjoy socializing.
My anxiety gradually decreased as I saw Nina handling new situations. I was proud that her fears weren't stopping her and that she was finding joy in socializing. I knew she would continue to grow and develop.
I was satisfied that I was able to help Nina become more confident and sociable. My anger towards those who might have hurt her was now replaced by pride in her achievements. Nina was ready to face challenges, and we all made that possible together.
My disgust towards Nina's isolation and social rejection was now replaced by satisfaction. I was glad that Nina was able to overcome her internal barriers and find her place in the world.
Well, did you like it? If so, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll share another story with you. Today, we're all feeling a tremendous amount of excitement and joy. Our boy Tim has received an invitation to an amazing magical city that exists only in ancient fairy tales. We, his emotions, are ready to embark on this thrilling journey with him. Just imagine how many wonderful moments await us. Getting into this city is no easy feat, and Tim and I will have to face many exciting challenges. I can already see his face lighting up with happiness, and this is just the beginning.
But I can't help but worry. A journey to a magical city is always filled with surprises, and not all of them might be pleasant. We don't know what awaits us around every corner. There might be complex puzzles, dangerous situations, or magical creatures that could become obstacles. I'm afraid Tim might face challenges that could be too difficult for him. We need to be prepared for any outcome and help him deal with possible troubles.
I also feel a surge of anger, especially when I think about the potential difficulties. If anyone or anything tries to obstruct our journey, whether it's evil wizards or cunning traps, I'm ready to channel my anger and protect Tim. I won't tolerate anything standing in our way to reach our goal. We must stay strong and determined despite any obstacles that may come our way.
I can't ignore that this magical city isn't always perfect. While it seems enchanting, there might be strange or unpleasant things hidden within it. We could encounter magical creatures that are disgusting or dangerous. Labyrinths filled with webs or mysterious beings with unpleasant appearances might invoke my disgust. We need to be prepared to handle such unpleasantness and not let it distract us from our goal.
Despite all the concerns and worries, we're moving forward with great pleasure. Every new step reveals more wonders and amazing places. We meet friendly creatures, participate in magical games, and enjoy the beauty of the magical city. Seeing Tim open up and smile makes this entire journey especially meaningful and joyful.
I continue to be on guard, but I notice that my anxiety is gradually fading as we tackle the challenges. Tim is becoming more confident, and I'm starting to believe that we can handle any difficulties. We find solutions and deal with problems that arise along the way. This reduces my worries and helps me focus on supporting Tim further.
My anger hasn't disappeared, but now it's directed at protecting Tim from any potential threat. When we encounter difficulties or unpleasant situations, I remain resolute and ready to tackle any obstacle. In the end, our determination and bravery will help us overcome everything we encounter on our path.
In the end, our journey to the magical city becomes a true adventure. We manage to overcome all the challenges, enjoy the beauty, and learn many new things. Tim returns home full of impressions and happiness, and we, his emotions, are proud to have been part of this amazing journey. We've learned to handle our emotions and support each other in any situation, making our experience even more valuable and joyful.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.
Hello, everyone! It's me, Joy, along with my friends Anxiety, Anger, and Disgust. Today, our boy Tim is going to take on the exciting mode called Disgust Barry's Prison Run. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so that Tim can get out of here safely.
What? Disgust! Why did you lock us up in this prison? Why did you lock Tim up? This could be really dangerous.
What? Disgust? Are you kidding me? This is your doing? I'm furious! Why would you do this?
Guys, believe me, I really have nothing to do with this. Maybe it's just a poor imitation of me. I would never do something so disgusting to Tim.
Guys, let's not fight. We're a team, we should stay positive. Besides, look around, it's actually quite fascinating and interesting in here
And very dangerous. Every room here feels like a nightmare to me.
Oh, wow! Look! Do you see that figure up ahead? It looks just like disgust. How is that even possible? This is infuriating. I'm boiling with anger. How dare they?
We need to find a way out of here. Hey, look over there. Ventilation. If we can reach it, we might be able to escape.
Ugh! Why is it always ventilation? It's so dirty and cramped. But fine, if this is our only way out, we'll have to crawl through it. But I'm protesting.
We're almost there. Just a little more and we'll be saved. It's so exciting, like being in a real movie. We'll make it and everything will be all right.
We did it! We escaped! Now he can't get us, but we need to keep moving to find the exit and finally put this nightmare behind us.
Oh, it stinks so badly here. It's really disgusting. I can't wait until we finally get to fresh air. I hope this path leads to something less revolting.
We're heading down. Tim, are you sure this is a good idea?
Don't worry, Anxiety. Tim always has everything under control. Just a little more and we'll be free. I'm confident about that.
Wow, where are we? What is this dungeon? Everything looks so bright and big. It feels strange.
And it also smells really bad. Oh God, when will we get out of this horrible prison? Subscribers, help us out! Please like and subscribe to our channel. It will give Tim the motivation to keep going if he sees that hundreds of people are rooting for him.
Oh no! This bridge is very dangerous. I'm really worried about our boy Tim. Please be careful, Tim. We always end up in risky situations.
The bridge is crossed. Everything's fine, Anxiety. No need to panic. Tim will handle it.
So here's another challenge ahead. It looks easy, but we need to be extremely careful. Oh no, what's that huge ball? It could crush us.
Tim, run faster. This is very dangerous. Don't get hit by the ball, please. Wait a minute. What are those on the walls? Are they memories? But where did they come from? What are they doing here?
Guys, I'm starting to get confused. The control panel at the beginning, the memories, the bright objects. Where are we even? Maybe Tim ended up in someone's head. Perhaps somewhere in a memory warehouse?
I don't know, but I'm really scared. A copy of Disgust is chasing us again. How many of them are there, and why does it look so much like our friend?
I'm about to erupt lava. I swear, I'm so angry. This is happening again. This place is full of mysteries we still can't solve.
Phew, it looks like we've escaped. She was so disgusting. I'm glad Tim got away from her. She looked terrible and smelled even worse. I hope we don't run into her again.
Guys, let's run up the stairs. See, everything's fine. We're safe for now. No need to panic or be scared.
How about we share a few interesting stories with our viewers while Tim finds his way out?
I think that's a great idea. It will help us distract ourselves from this nightmare and feel less scared. Everyone, give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear some stories from us.
Well, I think our viewers have already liked and subscribed. Tim was always looking for adventure, and here he found himself in an abandoned castle full of mysteries and secrets. He was thrilled to discover such a place, and each new discovery brought him more joy. Exploring the ancient corridors and investigating old objects was a real pleasure for him. I was happy with him, seeing his enthusiasm and excitement.
But with each step, I became more and more nervous. The castle was dark and abandoned, and the silence around us only intensified my fears. Every creak and rustle made me anxious, and I worried that Tim might run into something dangerous. My concerns grew as he explored dark corners and labyrinthine hallways. I was worried for his safety and was on the verge of panic.
When strange things started happening in the castle, I couldn't stay calm. Doors creaked, and sometimes it felt like someone was watching us. This was outrageous. Why did the old castle have to be so mystical and frightening? I was ready to fight these mysterious forces to protect him and ensure his safety. I couldn't stand by and watch the castle scare him.
Some parts of the castle were just disgusting. We encountered decaying furniture, moldy walls, and dust that was almost visible. The smell of mustiness and decay was terrible. These places were so dirty and unpleasant that I felt uncomfortable. The castle was not only scary but also extremely unpleasant to the senses.
Despite all the difficulties and fears, Tim continued to enjoy the adventure. He found an old diary that told the story of the castle's past and its inhabitants. This was a real treasure. Tim was thrilled with his discoveries and proud that he could uncover part of the history of this mysterious place. His joy and satisfaction were contagious, and even in the spooky atmosphere, he continued to find positive moments.
As events became more strange, I was on the verge of panic. Instead of the usual silence of the castle, we began to hear eerie sounds and creaks, and in some places, the air felt heavy and oppressive. I worried about Tim's safety and wanted him to get out of this scary place as soon as possible.
I was infuriated when Tim encountered the most frightening parts of the castle, full of creepy frescoes and symbols. Why did the old place have to be so horrible and uncomfortable? I was outraged that the castle was trying to scare Tim and disrupt his adventure. This was unfair and unacceptable. I wanted Tim to leave all these scary things behind and find a safe place.
When Tim finally got out of the darkest corners of the castle, I felt relieved. The castle was not only scary, but also an extremely unpleasant place. I was glad that all of this was behind us and hoped Tim would never encounter anything like it again.
Despite all the difficulties, Tim was thrilled with his discoveries and adventures. He was proud that he had overcome his fears and explored the abandoned castle. Coming home brought relief and joy. Tim told his friends about his impressions, and his eyes once again sparkled with happiness. This adventure became a unique and unforgettable experience for him. We were all glad that, despite all the fears and discomforts, he found joy and satisfaction in this unusual journey.
So guys, did you enjoy it? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really motivates us to take on new challenges.
The next story is about how we were emotions in the mind of an evil scientist. When we found ourselves in Dr. Green's mind, an evil scientist, I was consumed with righteous anger. He used his intellect to create things that could harm others. It infuriated me. How can one waste their talents on destruction when they could be creating something useful? I decided our task was to channel his energy into a more constructive direction.
We started by trying to spark an interest in him for things that could bring joy and benefit. Instead of dark experiments, we aimed to inspire him to focus on something positive. At one point, he even became interested in creating devices that could improve people's lives. That was a huge step forward. Every time he did something kind or useful, we rejoiced with him, and his mood gradually improved.
Of course, I was constantly worried that he might revert to his old habits. His dark thoughts and plans still occasionally surfaced, and I was anxious that he might become evil again. Whenever he delved into his grim schemes, I tried to redirect his attention to something brighter and more positive. It felt like we were walking on thin ice, and any misstep could ruin everything.
I was particularly disturbed by his experiments, which were often unethical and dangerous. I felt revulsion towards how he treated his subjects and the experiments themselves. We began pushing him to reconsider his methods and think about the consequences of his actions. Gradually, he started to understand that he could be beneficial rather than harmful. His approach to his work became more responsible and ethical.
Over time, we saw Dr. Green begin to change. He became more open, started participating in community projects, and helped other scientists. His work ceased to be dark and threatening. Instead, he focused on creating inventions that could improve people's lives and help the environment. This path was not easy, but eventually, he became a kind and respected scientist. We were thrilled to help him see the brighter side and find the strength for change.
Sometimes he still experienced bursts of anger, but now they were directed at fighting injustice and improving the world. He used his passion and energy to do good rather than evil. We saw him becoming happier and more satisfied with his work and life overall. It was a true miracle to see him transform from an evil scientist into a kind and caring person.
Hooray! Tim defeated the final boss and we finally escaped from the prison. We are free!
Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.
Hello everyone, dear friends. I'm Joy and we're so happy to see you again. Today we have an incredible adventure planned. But before we start, let's make sure you're subscribed to our channel.
Hi, everyone. I'm Disgust, and I'm here too. Yes, Joy, you're right. But don't you all want to hit that subscribe button and give us a like so you don't miss our new videos?
Exactly. Your likes and subscriptions help us create more interesting content for you. And don't forget to click the bell so you're always notified about our new releases.
And of course, leave a comment. We always love to hear your opinions. Just remember to keep it clean and polite. After all, no one wants to read nasty comments.
Thank you for your support. It really means a lot to us. So, are you ready for a new adventure?
Let's get started. And remember, subscribing, liking, and commenting are your tickets to our next incredible journey.
Today, Tim will be stealing diamonds from a jewelry store in Roblox.
I don't think we should do this. It's very dangerous. What if he gets caught and sent to jail? What if he gets into trouble and something happens to him? I'm very worried about our boy Tim. Look through this window. There are lasers, and I've heard about them. It's a security system. If you touch one of those lasers, the alarm will go off. You mustn't touch those beams under any circumstances, or there will be trouble.
Wow, look at all these lasers. It's like we're in a high-tech spy movie. Isn't it exciting? I just know Tim is going to navigate through this like a pro.
Exciting? This is a disaster waiting to happen. Those lasers are set up to catch us in one wrong move. And look at that guard over there. This is not going to be easy.
Look, the guard is asleep at his desk. This is incredible. It's our chance to slip by while he hasn't noticed us. What luck?
He's asleep? This is infuriating. He's not even doing his job, and we have to risk everything because of his laziness. We need to act quickly and carefully not to wake him up.
This is so risky. If he wakes up, we could be in serious trouble. We need to move extremely carefully and avoid making any noise.
Ugh, what a disgusting guard. Even asleep at his desk with everything around him dirty. All right, let's focus on not waking him up.
Don't worry. Everything will be fine. Tim, move quietly and cautiously. We have a chance to get through this if we stay smart and focused.
Be careful, Tim. Move past him quietly without making any noise. If anything goes wrong, this lazy guard could get us into serious trouble.
Stay focused on what you're doing. Don't make sudden movements and try not to make any noise. If the guard wakes up, it will be a disaster.
Tim, just stay away from that disgusting guard and be careful. I hope he doesn't wake up and cause us more problems.
We can do this if we work together and stay positive. Good luck, Tim. We believe in you. Today, we have an incredible story about how Tim went on a space adventure. It all started when he won a ticket on a spaceship in an intergalactic lottery. Can you imagine? A real spaceship. Tim was thrilled and immediately began preparing for the journey.
Yeah, I remember how worried I was. Space is so huge and unknown. What if the ship breaks down? Or what if they run out of oxygen? I kept thinking about these dangers and couldn't calm down.
Seriously, anxiety, calm down a bit. Tim can handle it. What irritated me more was the thought that the spaceship might be unreliable. And what if someone on the crew turned out to be irresponsible? I was ready to take on anyone who tried to stop Tim.
Let's not forget about cleanliness. Spaceships can be so dirty. Dust, germs, all that stuff disgusts me. I hope they had good filters and cleaners on board.
When Tim finally took off, it was amazing. He saw Earth from space, like a blue marble floating in the vastness. And then the real adventures began. The first destination was the mysterious planet Zelonia, covered in luminescent jungles.
But the jungles looked so dangerous. Unknown creatures, poisonous plants. I kept thinking something terrible was about to happen.
Listen, anxiety, stop being scared. Tim is a true hero. He made it through the jungle despite all the dangers. And when one of the creatures tried to attack him, he bravely defended himself.
Don't forget that the jungle was full of dirt and slime. But Tim kept moving forward. That surprised me a bit, because I would have gone home at the first hint of dirt.
And finally, after all the trials, Tim found an ancient temple hidden deep in the jungle. Inside the temple was a magical crystal that could grant wishes. Tim used it to return home and share his incredible adventures with his friends.
I was so happy when he came back safe and sound. All those dangers, it was too much for me.
Yeah, I'm glad too. But the main thing is that Tim proved that courage and determination can overcome any obstacle.
And thank goodness he finally cleaned up after all those adventures. Cleanliness is the key to health.
We have a fantastic story about how Tim discovered a hidden underwater city. It all started when he found an ancient map in his attic. The map showed the way to the legendary city of Atlantica, said to be filled with treasures and secrets. Tim was ecstatic and couldn't wait to embark on this underwater adventure.
Oh, I remember how worried I was. Diving deep into the ocean? What if his oxygen tank ran out? Or if he encountered dangerous sea creatures? The ocean is vast and unpredictable, and my mind was racing with all the possible dangers.
Seriously, anxiety, chill out. Tim's got this. What really got me fired up was the thought that someone else might find the city first and steal all the treasures. Tim had to be quick and brave to get there before anyone else.
Let's not forget about the ocean. It's filled with all sorts of unpleasant things. Seaweed, fish slime, and who knows what else. I was just hoping Tim had a good wetsuit to keep all that yuck away.
When Tim finally set off on his journey, he used a high-tech submarine to dive deep into the ocean. He saw incredible things, colorful coral reefs, schools of shimmering fish, and even a playful dolphin that guided him part of the way. It was like entering a magical world beneath the waves.
Enough with the fear. Tim was determined. When he finally saw the outline of Atlantica, he knew he was on the right track. But then he had to navigate through a maze of underwater caves. It made my blood boil thinking about all the obstacles he had to overcome, but Tim kept pushing forward.
But then, as he got closer to the location marked on the map, the water became darker and more ominous. Strange shadows moved in the depths, and I couldn't stop thinking about what might be lurking there. My heart was pounding with worry.
And let's not forget the murky water in those caves. It was filled with silt and algae. Just gross. But Tim bravely swam through, keeping his eyes on the prize. I had to admire his determination, even if it was pretty disgusting down there.
Finally, Tim emerged into a vast underwater cavern where the city of Atlantica lay before him. It was breathtaking. Ancient structures covered in sea plants, glowing with a mysterious light. And in the center of the city was a treasure trove filled with gold, jewels, and artifacts from a long-lost civilization.
I was so relieved when he found the treasure. But then I started worrying about how he would get it all back to the surface safely. What if something went wrong?
Tim's no quitter. He carefully packed up as much as he could carry and made his way back through the caves. When he finally surfaced, I was cheering. He'd done it. He'd found Atlantica and its treasures.
And he made it back without getting too covered in sea slime, which was a huge relief. Tim's adventure was incredible, but I was glad he was back on dry land.
Once, Tim decided to go on a treasure hunt in an abandoned castle. We were all thrilled about this adventure. Just imagine old walls, hidden passages, and secret rooms full of mysteries. Tim was ready for any challenges because at the end of the journey, untold riches awaited him.
But of course, I started to worry immediately. What if the castle collapses? Or what if there are ghosts? Tim was so determined that my worries only grew. Every creaking floorboard made me anxious. Tim, be careful. Are you sure this is safe? I kept repeating over and over.
And I was furious at anxiety for her constant fears. Enough already with the fear anxiety. Tim is doing great. And anyway, if he meets anyone, I'll take care of it myself, I grumbled. This castle is nothing compared to our determination.
And I was disgusted by the state of the place. Dust, cobwebs, and strange smells. It was too much. Ugh, Tim, just look at how dirty it is here. Be careful. Don't touch anything with your hands, I warned.
But Tim didn't give up. He found clues, solved puzzles, and got closer to the treasure room. And finally, he opened an old chest full of gold and jewels. We all rejoiced. It was an incredible adventure that showed our fears and doubts were in vain. Tim proved that with determination and bravery, any obstacles can be overcome. That's how our thrilling journey ended. I hope you enjoyed it. We're so glad you joined us for this adventure. We hope you enjoyed our stories and had as much fun as we did.
Yes, yes. And if you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's really important for us to keep you updated on all our new adventures. Also, please give us a thumbs up so we know you enjoy what we're doing.
Hey, don't delay. Subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. We worked hard for you, and it's the only way to support us. So come on, do it now.
Yes, and don't forget to leave a comment. We want to know what you liked or what you'd like to see next.
Thank you so much for your support. We can't wait to see you again and embark on new adventures together. See you soon, friends.